Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping. It's D. About to react to this vid by Cut. It's titled Teachers Guess Students GPAs. I feel like this is very difficult to tell. You can't really determine if someone did well in school just by having a conversation with them. I feel like people are typically shocked when they, find out that I graduated cum laude with a degree in economics. And when people find that out, just like, what? And I'm just like, what the fuck you trying to say? Why is that so shocking? But people are very ignorant and they assume that you have to carry yourself a certain way and speak a certain way in order to be educated or to be intelligent. And it's just like, that's just not how the fuck life works. I speak the way that I speak because I grew up in the projects, okay? I'm a product of my environment and I am proud of where I came from, and I'm around my family and friends who speak with a lot of slang and speak the way that I do, so it's just the way that I'm accustomed to speaking. But I can articulate myself if I fucking want to, but this is just how I choose to talk, and it's also representative of my Black American culture, and it's fun to use slang and talk shit and speak in a very casual manner. But it doesn't mean I'm not educated, but I think people falsely assume that if you use slang that you're not educated or you didn't go to college, and it's just like, it's so stupid. So yeah, we'll see how this teacher does though. We'll see if she incorrectly assumes their GPA based on the way that they speak. But yeah, let's watch.
This person presents as a high achiever.
And yeah, they also go based on the way that you present yourself, what clothes you wear. This is just not a good indication at all.
In my experience, no.
Yo, limited ass experience.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Elaine, and I am a high school English and theater teacher.
I teach AP Calculus, AP Physics.
I've been a substitute teacher for the last 5 years.
And what was your GPA back in high school?
Oh, 2.5 maybe.
Oh, Lord.
My GPA in high school was a 3.4.
My GPA in high school was 3.95 or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, I know. I was a perfectionist for sure.
What's a clear sign someone is struggling in school?
Avoidance, eye avoidance, so they won't look at you. Slouching.
I had this the other day. I had a girl that when you meet her, she comes across as very, very smart. And when you start talking to her, she is not.
Today you're going to match GPA to high school. Does that make you nervous at all?
Yes. It just makes me nervous because I'm judging students that I've never had in my class.
We're going to hand you a clipboard with the numbers on it.
Okay. We've got everything from
1.5 is crazy.
1.5 up to a 4.0.
I feel like you get a 1.5 just by showing up.
I can pick right now. Who's your 1.5?
Oh, God.
Are we gonna be racist?
I would guess the guy that looks like a skater.
Let's give Eminem.
He looks like a skater, and the skaters I've known at my schools typically are not that interested in school.
Hey,
Sir.
so what's your name, sir?
Noah.
What math?
No, I got a 1.5.
An algebra 2.
What have you learned? What's the last thing you learned in class this week?
I'm not paying attention.
Any subjects you're not a fan of?
Language arts. I don't like
Oh, language arts, that's what I teach. Oh.
Do you play sports?
I wrestle.
Really? Because you don't, typically I would have thought of a wrestler a little more bulky.
So, what do you plan to do after college?
His GPA has to be higher because in order to even continue playing sports, your GPA has to be, on the higher side.
Just want to be a teacher.
Okay.
If he's active in sports, he's got to do okay in
Or
grades,
pass,
otherwise
at
you
least.
get kicked off the team.
Exactly.
I'm going to say the 3.4.
You seem like a pretty, average, middle-of-the-road kind of student. 2.4.
2.4. You don't stand out to me as necessarily a top tier student.
Does that make me dumb or unintelligent?
No, it doesn't. All it means is that...
Also, sorry, this is the last time I'll pause. The information that you retain is very low, okay? And you can be a top student and still forget pretty much everything you learned. Getting good grades is 100% about memory. And people act like, oh, it's just all based on intelligence. That means you're smart. That is not what the fuck it means. If you're able to study very effectively and you have a good memory and you're able to apply that when you are taking tests, which makes up a bulk of your grade, you're gonna have good grades. But that does not mean that you're intelligent. It also doesn't mean you're gonna retain that, because when you're crash studying too, a lot of the time after you take the test, you forget that shit the next day. So I'm very surprised that these teachers are using these very flawed metrics to determine what their GPA is. It's like, y'all don't know this stuff. Y'all are teachers. Y'all should know this stuff. It's not based on how you fucking dress. That's irrelevant. It's not based on...
Your focus is not towards the academics, right? Like, to be a teacher is to work with people, right? It's not to be an uber genius. And that's where something like wrestling, right? Very personal connection.
Yeah, it is. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
You seem pretty confident. Like, do you feel like you are a little like bit of a class clown, perhaps?
I dabble.
You dabble in
I dabble.
clownery? Okay, nice.
Have you ever been caught cheating on a test?
Okay, so it was a weightlifting class. I wasn't aware there's a mirror behind me. So I was looking at notes, and I got a 0 on that test.
Deservedly so.
What's your favorite subject?
I really like my woodworking class right now.
How did you get into woodworking?
One of my career goals is in manufacturing.
Do you have any interest in ever going to college?
No, I hate school, so I'm not gonna like college. So.
What do you hate about high school?
Like it's a full-time job, and I'm not getting paid.
Okay, I get that. Although,
That is very
when you get to
relatable.
be in your 20s, 30s, things do come up where you go, I could learn how to do this new part of my job if I had done that part way back and built a foundation for my education. Because the biggest thing in education isn't to teach you facts, it's to teach you how to think and
You're
problem
critical
solve.
thinking. I agree with that.
You got
But I feel like that comes
2.0.
more so in
It
college.
just seems like
in high
your
school.
focus isn't more on the academics, but more on something that actually sounds really cool and really interesting.
Hello. You got a cute outfit on. It's all
How'd you
matching.
be
Like
able-
your hair is nice. You take some time to get ready in the morning before you go to school. Do you have any ideas of what you want to do after school?
I'm thinking pre-med right now.
Pre-med. Exciting.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
What kind of medicine would you be interested in?
Surgery?
You'll have to get your nails cut for that.
Probably,
Yeah.
What math are you in right now?
I'm taking Calc
In
2
30
and
years when
to
she
stats
finally
right
becomes
now.
a surgeon.
Oh, nice. What's the integral of cosine?
Science, yeah.
Yeah, you are correct.
I think just based on the fact that you're interested in pursuing pre-med, which is a very competitive field, I'm going to give you 3.8.
3.8.
3.8.
Why not the 4.0?
I just don't see necessarily a confidence level. I see a little bit of the slouching, the little bit of the avoidance of eye contact. a little
What does
bit
that
of
have to
being
do
quiet. I could totally be wrong by that look that you gave me, which is awesome.
You seem pretty relaxed,
irrelevant.
more alternative maybe.
Does this person present as a high achiever?
In my experience, no. Students I've had in the past that tend towards that style are a little more withdrawn or don't participate as much. Or
Also,
they
why this
just
sorry to
feel
laugh
like
my
school is lame.
Also, why this irritates me because I've seen so many teachers like discriminate against certain students based on their appearance, and that could definitely like discourage students and make them, not want to participate, and they could fuck up their grade in, that particular class because the teacher is already like treating them poorly because they're judging them based on, you're dressed that way. I don't think you even care, so I'm not even going to help you. I'm going to help these other students over here that I feel like are more intelligent. Like, teachers be doing that bullshit sometimes, so I don't like that. So that's why I'm like side-eyeing them.
What's your favorite subject?
Favorite subject?
That shit
Probably
weird.
AP Literature or AP World History.
You there to teach.
Really?
Yes. Why?
Because I think I gave you my lowest score when you
did.
came in.
Yeah.
Probably pretty off the mark.
Do you have an idea of what you want to study yet?
Yeah, earlier the year I took pre-med.
So I'm guessing sciences, math, more your favorite classes.
No, I'd say my
Oh.
favorite class is probably my AP Lit class.
Nice, AP Lit. Okay, as an English teacher, that makes me happy to hear.
Girl, you were just talking shit about
1.5
him.
For sure. So I am going to give you my 4.
He probably
Pre-med, taking advanced classes, you're taking things seriously.
now you
Thank
switching
you.
up.
Who's your favorite teacher? What do they teach?
I'd say my English teacher, Miss Hong. She teaches AP English.
Then who would you say is your
He got
worst?
the highest GPA.
You don't have to say names, even though they're gonna know.
My 8th grade biology teacher.
Has that stopped you from taking science classes? Now you're in high school.
Sorta, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you reading?
We read The Great Gatsby a few
Nice.
months ago, but right now we're just practicing for the AP exam.
Okay. I have
Period.
1.5 and 2.0 left, and I don't think either of those are right. I'm gonna give you the 2.0. I would like to be able to give you the 3.4.
Who had the 3.4?
Girl!
Switch, but that's your 2.0, you think?
I would switch them, yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
One
I would bet all my money on the fact that the black dude's GPA is higher than this dude right here.
Teacher can drop your motivation. 3.4. Now comes
4.0
Yep,
student.
4.0.
What are your extracurricular activities? What do you like
It's
to do?
low just because she said
I'm a
that.
SoundCloud rapper, actually.
Girl. I did not want to hear
You
it.
wouldn't want to hear those.
Okay, I'm glad
Maybe
you know it's
not.
trash.
I know what my daughter listens to, and I don't like to listen to that either.
What's been the most challenging part about school for you?
My attendance, because I've like gotten sick a lot.
That's hard, and then when you come back, it's like trying to get caught up from
Yeah,
what you missed.
And I
and
just
just-
never yeah.
It's hard. It's kind of a snowball effect. 1.5. Just based on the challenges you said you had to go through.
How do you think you did?
Terribly.
Show of hands, who did Chris guess correctly?
Yay, 1!
Oh shit, he got 1.5. How you an AP lit with a 1.5? It's interesting. Oh, he got a 3.4. Oh, the black dude is higher though. I said that. I was correct with that. Okay. I was thinking he had the highest GPA, but he got the second highest, close enough. And yeah, he was talking about, oh yeah, you're not confident, you're slouched. I'm like, that don't have shit to do with shit, and it didn't. This makes sense. SoundCloud makes sense. I only thought his was higher because he talked about his AP classes.
Oh, well, at least I got 1.
By default.
Yeah.
I'm on that.
You gave me a 2.4.
Okay. What is your real GPA?
2.0.
Why was I off?
Kind of overestimated me. Because wrestling season's over, so I don't have to maintain a GPA anymore.
Oh. Okay.
How do your parents feel about your GPA?
They're not happy with
Yeah.
it at all. I get grounded.
Okay.
Do you feel like you're working at your best
Because
capabilities?
y'all was about to ask them, like, how
No.
the fuck you still playing
But I
sports?
want to have better GPA because I want to go to college and I want to do a lot of things in my future.
You can, you know. When my daughter was in high school, if you'd asked me
Yeah,
if she was
it's
ever
not
going to
for
graduate from high school, I would have told you absolutely not, couldn't do it. Last year, I watched her walk across a college stage and get with her diploma up like this. She barely squeaked through high school, but she got to college and she blossomed.
That was literally me.
So, I think you will.
Literally me.
All right, I got you right. My
Did
one
get right.
correct answer.
But you did. You were gonna switch it. You said
I know.
was
I
gonna
was
do
gonna
it too.
switch it. Oh.
I got the impression that you weren't really interested in schoolwork.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
did it.
I do the schoolwork. I don't particularly want to do it, but
But he
I
did
just
it.
do it. Honestly, if it was a 1.5, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, don't stress yourself out about making it all perfect all the time. Just get it done.
Yeah.
What GPA did I give you?
You gave me a 3.8.
What is your GPA?
4.0.
4.0. Why do you think I didn't give you the 4.0?
Your comment on my posture really stuck me.
Has maintaining this grade point average caused you a lot of stress or anxiety?
Well, in my freshman year, right before the final exam, I was really stressed. I had my first panic attack, and I'm just like very close to like keeping that 4.0 for this year, but I could ruin it also.
If you have it, there's this expectation that you have to keep it, and if you don't, it was all for nothing. When at the end of the day, it's just one piece of information about you, right?
So you gave me a 4.0. I am the 1.5.
I got it right the first time.
Is it stressing you out about like how it'll affect future plans?
I wouldn't say it affects me anymore because I already got into college.
Great. With the 1.5, how did you get into colleges? Because usually,
Given that, yeah, he has AP classes, I'm assuming that he just dropped to a 1.5.
that wouldn't cut it.
I would assume it was the essay I wrote, just talking about my background.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my test scores, I probably would have been, stranded.
For me, a 1.5 is either incapable of getting better grades, which you, to me, obviously are capable, or you just don't apply yourself. And I would guess you don't apply yourself.
You'd guess wrong.
Really?
Both times, yeah.
What have I got wrong?
The whole reason my GPA is where it's at is because during COVID, I struggled mentally. I was in and out of mental institutes, and I was never at school, never online for school, and so it dropped my GPA.
Are you happier now than you were 3 years ago? Do you feel like
Absolutely.
you're in a better place?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. I totally understand. I totally feel your pain. You're not the only one that struggled. I had students that fell into some drug use and things like that, right, to cope. And COVID's hard because I'm seeing you through a screen. It's like here, it's personal. Like if I saw this, you can feel me. Definitely, if you need any help or anything, right, with school or whatever. I know I'm not your teacher. Don't even know where you go to school. But after this, like, feel free. You can get my number. I can help any of you guys if you need support. And so, I apologize that it hit me so much, but thank you. All right.
What did I give you?
A 2.0.
And what's your actual GPA?
3.8.
Yeah, I knew I was wrong once we started talking, but the options were getting limited.
Do you get a GPA because it's just that's what you get, or do you have to work hard?
I've worked hard,
What motivates you?
My mom, really. She's like my number one support system, just in general, not even just school, just life.
Your biggest fan?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go home and give her a hug, because I wish I could go home and give my mom a hug.
So I gave you a 4.0. What is your real GPA?
I have a 2.4.
Are you happy with your GPA? Do you feel like it is a good reflection of your abilities?
I mean, I'm not happy with it, but I don't think it shows like how smart I am.
Totally.
Because I've just never been good at school. It's just not my thing. I don't do my work. I don't pay attention in class and don't show up to class, to be honest.
Yeah. How do you think your GPA might affect what you want to do in the future?
I never thought I wanted to go to college until last year. Everybody started talking about going to college, and I was like, maybe I should go to college. But then I got rejected from everywhere.
Okay.
So,
What's your favorite subject?
my broadcasting media class, it's like our school news. I always get good grades in that. I've gotten A's like every year.
You're entirely capable of doing whatever you want. Broadcasting, do it.
How was that experience for you?
I appreciate that teacher saying that they could reach out to him for help, because our show will talk shit about him and the other teachers. I don't like that lady. I just feel like she was just, judging them based on their appearance too much and just saying, well, from my experience, you're like a skater, and skaters get bad grades. It's like, girl, shut the hell up. But, hopefully these students go on to do great things, whether they choose to continue their education or not. Because we're in 2023. You do not have to go to college in order to be successful. But I do think it has its benefits. But, that's a personal decision for you to make. Don't go just because your parents want you to go, or just because you feel super pressured to go. Because if you, major in... I don't want to say anybody's major and offend anybody. But if you major in some shit that you're not even going to use... and you pay all this money, I don't think it's worth it, when people go that route. But, do what you want. Hopefully everybody figures it out. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye!